We're live. We're watching Raw. I'm finishing up dinner. Because is it really the Raw watch along if I'm not finishing dinner? Well, that's good. Happy belated birthday. Glad you had a good birthday. Hi, Colin. All right, so Stevie Vaquero is, of course, now part of the Raw roster. Um, let's just go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room, huh? Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. The contract situation of R-Truth, Carlito, and Sarah Logan. It sucks. Like, it sucks. What are you gonna do? It's unfortunately it's just something that happens in wrestling. I'm not defending it by any means. I'd honestly, if I was in their situation, I'd rather my contract expire than get released personally, but I'm not in their situation. I just wish all three of them the best. That's the most I can really say on it. Oh, I need to move my for a why. I mean, it's just what they decided to do, man. I don't control the situation, so I just knew people were going to ask me about it tonight. So that got knocked over. There we go. All right, I have some work stuff that's like not YouTube work stuff, actual work stuff that I also need to do tonight. So oh boy, Sammy and Jay against Bronson and Braun tonight. That'll be fun. Hey Daryl, good to see you, bud. Oh man, I am having to fill out a lot of paperwork because of my new job. I've had to sign so many contracts and so many papers today. It is fun time to be me. All right, Michael Cole's got a Cole's got to wear the tank top tonight. Hi again, Daryl. Oh boy. Damn, Michael Cole's still jacked. All right, we're kicking it off with Phil. The Pepsi Man himself. Old Phil is here. Oh, Phil. Oh, you make me angry, Phil, as they say. As I say occasionally. Oh man, I am having to do so many things here. The only issue with the new job is that a lot of these companies I'm having to get my contract set up with, they're like, we got to send you a verification code. And then it takes them like literally over an hour to send said verification code to me. So we get all these tabs moved back onto this browser. I'll worry about those later. How long till Joe Mashups makes a shitpost mod of Michael Cole in the jersey? Alrighty, so let me get website updates done, because we got a few of those, don't we? Tonight I'm gonna finally get all the stuff done. Oh, he's calling it the summer of punk.
two people are on top of the map. One is my friend. Goes by the name of Jay Russo. That's right. So Jay, respectfully, when I win the briefcase, and it's being you, brother, it's not personal, it's just business. The second name that is on top of that map may be a little bit personal. His name is John Cena.
Oh boy.
This company coming to places just like this, hearing everybody go absolutely banana for John Cena. And now the tables have turned, ladies and gentlemen.
Punk with a banana pun because the guys in the banana hats. Love to see it.
If I so choose, John Cena, I've always had to remember. I'm gonna come pick the bones, you little bitch. It is Monday night, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm no longer just happy to be here. Yes, it still is all about the money, but it is time. CM Punk became champion one more time. But then again, do I qualify tonight?
Oh, here's Samuel. Samuel Zane.
Here's a man who last week was moments away from qualifying for Money in the Bank, Sami Zayn, before Bronze Breaker got involved and cost him the triple threat match. Yeah, Punk's singing pretty good here, serenading this Punk's crowd.
Punk singing Sammy's theme. Brilliant. Love to see it. Sammy's theme is a certified banger, so that makes sense. I'm good. I'm good. Pretty good day. Had a day off. Mostly. I've had a meeting at 9 a.m., but it was on a video call, so I didn't even... Or it was on a voice call, so I didn't even have to, like... I didn't even have to change clothes. Like, I literally just... I put on a nice button-down shirt just in case they asked me to turn on my camera, but...
I appreciate that. I appreciate that too. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna be real with you, Colin. I'm upset about them letting him go too, but coming in my chat and saying we want truth isn't gonna change anything. I don't have the power to rehire him. I wish I did. He would be back in a heartbeat. But coming in the, being in my chat and being like, we want truth, like I can't do anything about it.
Fortunately for me, Money in the Bank, it's not the bad for me. Thanks to Earl Hayden, thanks to Seth Rollins, thanks to Ron Supreme, thanks to Brock Breaker. That's not in the cards for me, but it is for you. Okay? I came out here to look you in the eyes, to tell you, to understand, to give you the improvements I tell you tonight. You must win.
I think Americano is winning the briefcase. Or not, maybe not the briefcase, but he's at least winning the qualifier.
What they did to you, what they did to us. But I'm telling you right now, you need to not think about any of that. Watching me, Ron Breaker, Jay Uso, and I will deal with them tonight. I don't need any of that right now. What I need to do is to think about the task at hand. It's Seth Rollins. I know you're thinking about him, and trust me, he's always thinking about you. I know that Seth is never beaten. Ever. That's right. And that is why you need to be in the Money in the Bank match. Because if you lose that match, it changes the match. I'm telling you what. Listen to me. I'm telling you. It's Seth Rollins. Wins that briefcase. He wins the contract. This place. It's over. Okay? It's over. It turns into something very different. It turns into something unrecognizable. It's going to turn into something that you and I will not like. So I'm telling you now, I need you to win tonight. We all need you to win tonight.
The people are chanting for CM Punk.
Should you win the Money in the Bank contract, and should you win the World Championship, you and me will be face to face in this ring of ground. We will have a very different conversation than the one we're having right now.
I'm down for the Sammy and Punk run back for the world title. I think I'll win. My fear is Seth. I just don't want to see it. I love Seth. I do. He's always been one of my favorites. Like, he was my favorite when I was a kid. But I want someone that's never been world champion winning the briefcase. Whether that is El Grande Americano, which I think would be funny, especially like Gable winning the briefcase and being like, I didn't think this was going to happen. Now I have a situation on my hands here where he's like, I cannot cash in. I want to be world champion, but now I have to do it with this stupid mask. And so I think Grande would be pretty great. Who else is in there? LA Knight. I would pop big for LA Knight. Unfortunately, I have my doubts about it being LA Knight. Hey, Pierre. Yeah, you just Punk and Sammy had a promo together, and Michael Cole's wearing a jersey. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making Raw this week. I will say, most interesting fact I can give you. one little bit of interesting trivia I can give you guys for Raw is typically there's a lot more script and groundwork to promos. Like there's a lot more of a basis to it. My notes for the Rollins and Ciampa face to face were literally Seth Rollins and Tommaso Ciampa face to face. Everything that they said to each other was just me riffing. Was just me going like, all right, where do I think this goes best? I took no breaks. I didn't pause. I came up with it on the fly. I was like, all right. That's why there was a couple like well, maybe not stumbles, but like moments of hesitation in there where I was like, all right, do I like? I was like, how hard do I take a shot at Brock, for example? How hard do I take shots at Vince, for example? Because like I've just pretty much not mentioned either of them since the lawsuit stuff, but
But there's certainly some ulterior motives potentially at play here. Having a group alongside you is much better than being alone, especially if you're new to the roster. I don't know if anybody's trying to get worked up. Rock Sanders is warming up. One half. The tag team champion versus Raquel Rodriguez.
um, when I say when I like what I mean by scripting versus on the fly, Zach, is I mean like here's some good example. Okay, so let me go back to the raw pitch. Okay, right. So here we go. LA Knight tells Big E he's serious about being in next week's tag title match. Says if he won't miss WrestleMania, even if he has to have some jobber from the back as his partner. That's usually the most scripting I do. Is like, here's a note or two to hit. Uh, like I'm like, here's my notes of what needs to be said in the promo. Like, here's the gist of the promo essentially. And that's pretty much all I give myself is usually like that one or two little sentence summary. But like Seth Rollins, Tommaso Ciampa, it literally just says Rollins and Ciampa face to face. So a lot of times, like with MJF, for example, because you asked about him specifically, MJF it'll be like MJF cuts a promo about he was feuding with Swerve recently. MJF cuts a promo about Swerve, says Swerve cost him the title in London, says that he's the hero, Swerve's the villain. Like that's all the scripting there is to it, typically. It used to be word for word. We used to script promos down to the word. All the way back in like seasons 1, 2, and 3. It was pretty much season 5. I don't know, was it season 4? Yeah, I guess it was season 4 when I really started doing more of like, I don't know if paperwork is the right word for it, but when I started doing more like when I started doing more paper booking, because I think season 4 I was still doing the booking in the document. I think. I'm pretty sure I was still booking like in the booking doc. The style make it realistic. How do you come up with the roasting part of it? I'm just good at being an asshole, Zach. I'm just good at being mean. So it's not hard for me to come up with insults on the fly. Like it is really not hard for me to get mad, or it's not hard for me to get mad. It's also just not hard for me to be mean. It really isn't. Like people piss me off all the time, as you know. You're here in these streams. You see people piss me off. You guys have heard me say just absolutely vile things. I mean, for example, the me and Jericho promo at the press conference. I dished it out and I took it. Like I dished out calling Jericho the yeah, I think Stephanie is winning this triple threat. I don't see Liv. I think Roxanne accidentally quote unquote costs Liv. I think that's the route we're going with this. I am admittedly really happy that Stephanie is on main roster. It felt like she didn't need to spend. Excuse me. She really didn't need to spend long in NXT. Angry promos and or is a scary. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to get me angry. Like I sometimes feel like the Avengers quote where I'm like, "That's my secret. I'm always angry," because I kind of am. I carried so much rage inside of me for like 2 straight years recently that I could snap at a moment's notice, and it's unfortunately not hard to. It's really not that hard for me to just fall back into that headspace if I need to.
Pulled on the major coup, signing Stephanie to the Monday Night Raw roster. Stephanie is a global sensation.
Yeah, I had a pretty light day today. I didn't really have to do much. I woke up. I had my meeting at 9, which was easy. I just sat there and listened. I didn't have to speak at all because it was a company-wide thing. So I just sat on voice call. Like I just sat on the call for like an hour, listening to what everyone was talking about. Took my notes. Was off call. Had some paperwork to do to get set up with the new job. Um, Looking forward to World Tour. Yeah, me too. I think it's gonna be fun. It's this weekend too. It's this Saturday. Anyone that you find it hard to book a promo? I know I'm asking a lot of promo questions, but I've been wondering these for a while. Not really. Maybe people. You know what? I'll say the women sometimes are a little harder to do promos for. Not because it's hard to write for women, because it's really not. But I also like not to stroke my own ego a little too much here, but like my wife will confirm that as a writer, I am one of the few men that can write women pretty competently well. Um, like I oh boy, but yeah, I'm one of the few men that can write women fairly competently. Um, Hold on, but yeah, it's because I have to use the voice changer, and you have to be very specific with your pronunciations with the voice changer because it will glitch out and make just like I hate to put it. When you hear Ray doing women's promos, you will hear it glitch out on him sometimes. I have to be far more enunciating with women's promos to make sure that the voice changer doesn't fuck up, essentially. And also, I have a limited number of words I can use. A limited number of, yeah, a limited number of words I can say with the voice changer at one time. As for Raw being done in one take, no, Raw was done across several hours on Saturday. There were several points where I had to go back and fix it because there's a new glitch with 2K where used to be you didn't have to set an entrance attire for a created wrestler. But now, if you don't have an entrance attire set, it doesn't just default. It doesn't just default to their ring attire. It makes them naked. And that happened with both Seth and Nathan on Raw, so I had to re-record their entrances. That's why Seth came to the ring wearing the Shield gear, but then he was wearing the promo gear the rest of the show. And that was before I realized what the problem was. But yeah, so those had to be re-recorded. There were a couple points in the show where I had to re-record some stuff.
Oh, and a big kick by Morgan.
Also, massive shout outs to Adrian Nova for becoming the first DPW champion of LS11 Universe. I do apologize, I wasn't super in the chat for DPW. I was delivery driving still. As it was finishing, I was finishing. I would have been done like an hour sooner, but I ended up in a situation where I had to go to a double gated community. What the fuck does that mean, you might wonder? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked. I know you didn't, but I'm glad you asked. That's a gated community, you know, one of those places where you have to have a code to get in. But then you get past that first gate, and there's another one inside where you have to have another code to get in. I am almost done delivery driving. This should be my first. This should be my last week having to delivery drive.
Yeah, 100% of the time, Cashapp trying to do this title in the women's division. Oh, left for line with a backstabber.
Of course.
Three amigos yet again on Stephanie McCabe. We're talking a movie star. Once again, that's what happens. Get money in the bank.
Yeah, I was earning the bread. That's what I have to do right now. Like I said, I'm almost done. I start my new job full time next week, I believe. It's just a matter of getting contract stuff done for it. Double gated community match. It does sound like a wrestling match, doesn't it? Have I seen a deck picture? Yeah, I went and saw it opening weekend. Went and saw it with Alex, and I were still just dating when it came out. Like, I was still living with my dad in our old house when that came out. Like, let me put that in perspective for you. We moved out of that old house, the one I grew up in, when I was 20. No, I wasn't even 20. I was still 19 when we moved out. So I went and saw that. I saw Detective Pikachu opening week. You kidding me? It was a Pokemon movie.
Stephanie McCabe and Ivy Nile looking to qualify. You're the final person to qualify for the women's Money Night ladder match. Up Saturday in LA. Three of these women have had their moments in this match where we thought they were going to win. Meteora by.
It's a pretty fun movie. I enjoy it.
Stephanie McCabe never been in a ladder match in her career in WWE. It started less than a year ago, back in July. Bragging screwed by Stephanie. Takes IBL. Great matchup between these two. Mentioned earlier, Rhea Ripley and Roxanne Perez have qualified for Monday Night Raw. Naomi, Julia, and Alexa Bliss go up to Friday Night SmackDown.
I'm fortunate that I was getting the Raw commercial, the international feed.
And this is going to step up in Gary. Catches her in the ear. I live. Richard is right. Out back with back to the kick to Cam. Put a right hand. Stephanie bringing it here tonight. Absolutely. She's been controlling one of this match. Tremendous acquisition by our general manager Adam Fields to bring out there to be winning roster. And now Ivy Nile. Ivy looking to use her power here. Dangerous situation.
Tower of Doom. Yeah, shout out to Adrian Nova, the new DPW champ. I gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna do his roster portrait with it.
Indeed it is. With so much on the line, an opportunity to change your career. From care, Ivy. the leg. Stephanie now into a pretty combination yet again. Ivy Nile able to kick out. And now Stephanie. Look at this. Shoulders down. Kick out at 2 by Nile. Stephanie the Bear has so many pinning combinations. I'll make a broken nose. And now with Morgan. And a double toe breaker. Cover. Look at the pin. Both women here. And a kick out. I want to win that, but eventually Morgan, and she picked both by Care and Nile in this match. Have to hear about it for good reason. Double toe breaker. Blake Morgan.
Alpha 2, Jimmy J, load. I had to figure out what that message was about there for a second. It took me a second. Oh my god, dude, quit messaging me.
Back into the ring.
And Steps going to Money in the Bank. Switch the A and the I around, and that's how you spell Grail.
Stephanie McCare's life can change drastically on Saturday. Liv Morgan had the oblivion. Ivy now interrupted. Ivy would leave the ring, get distracted, and Stephanie McCare would free her. The SBB.
Yep.
And punch her ticket to Money in the Bank. Stephanie McCare is on a rocket ship to the top. And Money in the Bank, all she needs is a ladder to put her name on the marquee.
Good lineup for Money in the Bank. Pretty much the only person that I'm like, pretty much the only people that I'm kind of like, I'd rather not you win are Alexa and Rhea. Naomi would be great. Julia would be great. Roxanne would be great. And Stephanie would be great. And even Bliss and Ripley, I'm like, I'm fine with it. I'd just prefer someone else. Oh, hello, Paul.
What can you do for me? You can accept my wishes for a happy birthday, AJ Styles. And in fact, I brought you a gift. Watch, but you can afford anything you want on this planet. Information is currency, and information is wisdom. And all you have wisdom to the soul of your people. Stereo, intercontinental champion, running around with dirty Sanchez mustache, looking at the disgrace of the championship. That type needs a phenomenal champion like you. Money in the bank. Money in the bank. You have to climb the ladder.
Also, shout out to Vikingo winning the AAA Mega Championship last night.
Despite the fact the great match is concentrate on dominant Mysterio and the Intercontinental title. He needs Money in the Bank to settle
Huh.
Just that built-in. Look exhausted. I think we thought this conversation was going to end with me buying one yourself. Don't worry about Dirty Dom. And the acid time. Judgment Day, the Bloodline, John Cena, keep trying to push me out, and I will push back. So I got some advice for you. How don't you go back to Seth Rollins? That old saying, right? Everybody's got a plan to punch them out.
He's not wrong. Everyone does have a plan until they get punched in the mouth. As someone who's been punched in the mouth once before. Oh, there's Chad Gable. Happened so far. Stone of is going to Money in the Bank. I'll give you that.
Tonight, the main event, my new favorite wrestler, the greatest luchador in the history of this company and this business. But certainly not least on Saturday night, Chad Gable completes his journey of learning the dark arts of Lucha Libre. Because at Worlds Collide, I'm going to beat Vikingo, and I'm going to become AAA Mega Champion.
Wild to think the AAA Mega title is about to be on WWE TV.
Double duty on Saturday as well. Of course, the Worlds Collide, as they mentioned, and then he'll don a mask and become El Grande Americano later on in the night. It's like talking to Superman. No, same night. Completely false. Chad Gable has one match on Saturday, and it's against Vikingo at Worlds Collide Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Whole world will watch. That's, of course, the AAA Mega Championship that Vikingo won last week. And of course, later on in the night, I mentioned Gable will have a medal in his mask as he goes to Money Bank. I guess that would be legal. Once again, we're talking about El Grande Americano, who is a...
It does. It's just crazy to think about because, it wasn't but a couple of years ago that it was on AEW TV.
Not the guy we just saw. And he'll be taking on AJ Styles in the second Biggie Saint. And attempt to punch their ticket to Money in the Bank tonight. We're in Tulsa, Oklahoma tonight for Monday Night Raw, live on Netflix. If the WWE could change qualifying that for the next tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the VOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Already stepping in there is the final slot for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match for the first tonight. We will fill the match final next time with the AJ Styles, CM Punk, or El Grande America. Last week you ran out to warm a stranger. I needed you back then. You left me vanish. How dare you? Without mistake, the man that I was, but of course that I am Seamus. I am the son of Mother Nature. Oh, just like you. You have a body of granite where the heat stand. And you were challenged with the one man who's got the one move that can make it go all the way, just like
They're gonna run back Sheamus Rusev. I mean, they're having Rusev cut a promo on Sheamus right now, so
after everything you've been through. I went down because you're stopping. Now stay out the way, or you're gonna go out because it will snap you. Tell it. You should tell against the bully last week. Keep that spirit up. What's wrong with them? There's something special, pure, and real about Alpha Academy. Maddie, Maxine, soon you both realize that, and you're gonna tag team in your own right. Better. Because you boys have got something that not many people have here in WWE. Alright.
I really appreciate that. That's the thing. That's the about.
Alright. That's great.
Excuse me, Seamus was looking for a comment. We just heard from Rusev and curious, what made you get involved last week?
You know, Captain, me and Rusev go way back. He was a groomsman at my wedding. There's only so long I can stand back from just a so-called friend that do nothing. This WWE career flowed into because of his own bad decisions. And his career outside of WWE, well, that's the only Rusev got. Banger after banger, week after week. Now that he's back on, it's gonna be easier. Once you hit the right half of sides, when they make the game back or play the game back anyway, someone needs to put manners on him before it goes too far, and that someone is me. So right now, it's a message from the Celtic Warrior to Wolf and Rusev. I bully bullies.
I bully bullies. Hell of a line there. Ugh. Oh god, Judgment Day War Raiders for the fucking billionth time. You know what? I'm calling in a sub. I'm tagging out. Hot tag, Luigi, you're taking over. Alright, hold on.
Because teams that are jockeying position in a tag team title hunt, both this group, the Judgment Day, and both former tag champs as well, the War Raiders.
Do a lot of ritual.
Don't have the best attitude.
Okay.
Tag champs are not in this match.
Hold on.
Racist with their presence to get that, because I don't think Smith's going to sit out here and not talk. Well, there's no reason for the New Day to be out here without microphones in front of them. No matter what they're saying, they say it hilariously, even though it is big.
Alright.
Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na kanara na sanana sarate no na rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è matato. Oppure che non brava con una manina dietro, ma toro non mi sono per che. Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na canara na sanana sarate non ne rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è matato. Oppure che non brava con una manina dietro, ma toro non mi sono per che. Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na canara na sanana sarate non ne rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è matato. Oppure che non brava con una manina dietro, ma toro non mi sono per che. Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na canara na sanana sarate non ne rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è matato. Oppure che non brava con una manina dietro, ma toro non mi sono per che. Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na canara na sanana sarate non ne rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è matato. Oppure che non brava con una manina dietro, ma toro non mi sono per che. Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na canara na sanana sarate non ne rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è matato. Oppure che non brava con una manina dietro, ma toro non mi sono per che. Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na canara na sanana sarate non ne rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è matato. Oppure che non brava con una manina dietro, ma toro non mi sono per che. Potono tunita na tunna na sanato na canara na sanana sarate non ne rapetani tiniti. No, sinente re, pono konete no tonete. Attono kono to de tore botora pato to sei katota. Piazza Matadoro Potonori, Rapato. Barbara che sono patarito. Come te toro che sono patatoro con pepero. Come tu toro sore baro. E tutto c'è
I hope he was entertaining enough for you all.
You see, we're not even in the match. Come on, Dominic. We're the champion. You guys should be that say about your favorites if we say.
Hi, everybody. All right, I'm back. Yeah, Luigi had a lot to say. He was giving you guys some very interesting wrestling opinions, you know? I never knew he felt so strongly about the booking of Giovanni Vinci. I struggled my way through that joke. Hey, JT.
team right there. Look at what he gets. Oh! JD McDonough is there. Makes the tag, and here's a 330. Hands in the star, the team's back body drop. Hey, look at Ivar's new tattoo. Did you see it? He got a new tattoo that's actually the logo. Oh, it's not his shirt when he had a single player. I think that's what got it. Oh, pretty good. You don't just make this stuff up. We are students of the game. You deserve that. See everything. Oh, JD up over the top into the floor. Oh, my goodness. We need to hold on to do what he did there to get a puncture ball and finish the match. Oh, it's hard to just had a
I went and got some ice cream. Feel like I've earned it. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day, actually. Like I said, I had a meeting. I did some paperwork. I recorded AEW, so members, you're gonna get that as soon as I'm done. As soon as Raw goes off air, I'll upload it. But yeah, and then I just played, hung out with Alex for a little bit, and I played some Genshin Impact. So that's been my day. A lot of R-Truth signs in the crowd tonight. But thoughts on Captain Underpants? I never really read the books growing up, I'll admit. My childhood book series of choice was Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Which, as I've gotten older, I've realized Greg Heffley is a psychopath. I think I got an announce for it. Darby Allin versus Claudio. Megan Bain versus Jamie Hayter. If Jamie wins, she'll challenge for the TBS title at Double or Nothing. Hangman, Edge, and Christian versus Bullet Club. And Dalton Castle versus Will Ospreay.
The Judgment Day domes off each other. War Raiders in complete control. War Raiders is the reason the New Day conducted these guys back. Eric Ivar so close on a number of occasions to win back their tag team titles. Oh no! McDonough just averted disaster. This goes there all the way to Oklahoma City. Ivar taking out the bottom buckle and now.
That's all anybody was saying. I'm happy about it. The closer we got to the WCW relaunch, the more I was getting worried about it. And the more I was just kind of like, maybe AEW should just stay. Especially when I announced TNA was coming back. The last Diary of a Wimpy Kid book I would have read was The Third Wheel, I want to say it's called. I think it's the 8th book. I think. I believe that would have been the last one I read. Let me see. Yes, the third wheel. That was book 8. That was the last one I read. I never read Hard Luck. That was the one that came out after I was like, alright, I'm done. Greg's been in middle school for like fucking 20 years at this point. Thoughts on Slater Gator? I loved Slater Gator. I loved Slater Gator, man. I nearly made them tag team champions at one point. Back in season 1.
Central Park BOK Center, Tulsa, Oklahoma, jam-packed. Judgment Day versus the War Raiders, the World Tag Champs. New Day joined Pat 94 at the commercial break. They were kicked out by Jessica Carr after a tremendous fake-out by the War Raiders.
Yeah, the New Day got embarrassed out here, and then they got kicked out.
Great rivalry between these two teams as Balor comes over the top the fifth time. These teams have been head-to-head. War Raiders beat
Never get angry LS11 Universe Jimmy Uso promos. I've never said ever those coming back. WrestleMania is still a month out.
It's so easy to take up and come. War Raiders had their shot. They absolutely were in the driver's seat. Now JD McDonough has taken the point.
JD McDonough acknowledges he'll never be the biggest person in the ring, but says he has the biggest heart. And he will get down and dirty with the Testament, do whatever he needs to do, even break the rules to pick up a win.
Ivar just eating everything JD McDonough's throwing at him.
McDonough with a move to Ivar. Ivar still on his feet, getting fired up.
Apparently there were also "We Want Truth" chants before the show came on tonight.
JD McDonough was getting upset that his best wasn't knocking Ivar down. Now he got taken advantage of. And now JD McDonough is flat on his back. Right on the circuit motor. Ivar needs a tag. JD McDonough needs a little bit of a breath.
Back to Balor, back to Eric, and here we go.
Get 1-2, says Eric.
There we go. Finally finished all that pint of ice cream I've had in the freezer for like 2 weeks. Optimal day for a guy like me, right? Let me explain. Okay. Today, I got to just hang out with my wife. I didn't have to leave the house. I didn't have to leave the house. I got to hang out with my wife. And that was my day. Like, that was it.
Eric just caught him. I don't think he got all of that. But he got all of that as he takes out Eric. Now Balor into the corner. Ivar's in the drop zone. We're going to put this one away. Then Balor to the top rope. Over the coup drops. Out of harm's way. Splat. Sit down Balor. Cartwheel. Spin kick.
JD McDonough just exits the ring as Ivar calls for war in Tulsa.
Balor may want to exit the ring as well.
It's bigger than a bucket full.
Now Ivar. He's going to go up top. Dangerous 330-pounder. But he flies from up there. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, there's Roxy. Oh my God, or Judgment Day. Oh my God, are we listening? Is Finn gonna be the winner tonight? Oh my God. Oh my God. Finn Balor gets the pin. Holy shit. In season 7, Buddy's gonna get his therapist license. He might. He might just have to at this rate.
Situation where we believe that Finn's actually trying to help Liz tonight. He actually does help Finn and JD. Distraction by Roxanne. And that slight hesitation.
Roxanne Perez is clearly exactly what Finn needed. Finn Balor gets the win. I'm not gonna be Finn Balor tonight. You're not gonna pin Balor. I'm gonna be getting the pin tonight. I pinned Ivar. He's a big bastard. I pinned him though. People like to make fun of me, call me Pin Balor because I always get pinned.
And she has cost me a chance to leave her back up. And yet she talks about how one woman takes all the opportunities. She has become an echo chamber for the ignorant and morally confused who do not understand that greatness is what it takes, and therefore will never achieve it. She has forgotten everything that I have done for her. That every moment in her career with glimpses of greatness has been because of me. In NXT, when she won the title on that roster, when she became a double champ at WrestleMania because of me. She had the greatest match of her career at Backlash because of me. But a Money in the Bank ladder is in a lose-lose situation. Because on the off chance she does win, and I can never challenge for the Intercontinental Championship again.
Oh, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. I wouldn't anticipate it, just to go ahead and tell you that. Yeah, Cora Jade may be done with Judgment Day next week in LS11 Universe. I'm gonna sneeze, by the way. Hi, everybody. Damn it, I lost it. I tried to hold it back just enough to grab my tissue, but... Oh shit, they're actually teasing. They're actually teasing that Grayson might turn on Theory. Slow fade for you booing Judgment Day. Gonna be 100% real with you, bud. I don't book based on who you're gonna boo.
You guys are worried about the Judgment Day. You guys are worried about the War Raiders. And what you need to be worried about is the team standing in front of you. Because the Three Brothers are going to be the ones to take the tag team championships.
Oh god, it's the McAfee minute. Hate it here.
Opportunity that I am so incredibly thankful for to say I would like to wish all of you and the Oklahoma City Thunder good luck in the NBA Finals. Your team has been damn good. They have not been talked about nearly enough. XDA, the MVP, who's an absolute dog. With that being said, Pacers in 6. I'll see you in the finals game. Well, that actually makes the Pacers in 5 or 6 against the next that came out through with the reason on this Pacers jersey tonight, losing that bet. Nonetheless, we picked the next series. Yeah.
There's an okay, CJ. There's also a man that told me I need to get my ass out of town before he sees me. Okay, great. I'll let him know I'm blocked Uther, brother. I ain't worried about the Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder rivalry. I'll feature my ass, buddy. You look great in that shirt. Thanks.
Anyways,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Tulsa, Oklahoma, side the oil capital of the
the first 11 matches seems good. Oh, from Mania. I didn't even realize I announced 11 already. Like I said, across both kickoff shows and both main cards, 30 matches. Go ahead and tell everyone that.
Even better, let's cash in.
Well, massive congratulations are in order for this. You won your match tonight. Going on to WrestleMania or to Money in the Bank, excuse me, this Saturday. So how are you feeling?
Thank you so much. La verdad, estoy muy agradecida con el recibimiento del público. Ha sido
Oh, don't tease me with a good time.
You imagine that matchup of Rivera and Connie.
Card was already almost fully announced. I mean, there's also a couple more weeks this year than there were last year, so that has a little something to do with it, I'll be real with you, man. Like, yeah, the whole card was almost announced this time last year, because this time last year the card was only like 15 matches across both nights combined.
California, 7 on the East Coast, 4 o'clock on the West Coast for Money in the Bank Premium Live event.
Yep, 15 matches each night, and that's counting kickoff shows, like I said, where we'll have the, where on the kickoff shows we'll have the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and the Luna Vachon Battle Royal. Foxy had helped him last week. Finn would have won. That's true. Where the fuck were you at last week, Roxanne? When Finn equaled Pin again.
Well, there's the man. His rivalry has gotten so personal over the past number of weeks. Bacteria used to look up to Becky. Protege.
I just want to be the bigger one, man. That was no. Shut up. You were centerpiece, and all you did was show the world that you are delusional to a point that it is just that. Honestly, your downfall needs to be studied.
Damn, Lyra.
You made it all the way to the top by being a good person that didn't give up, and then you only stayed on top because you gave up being a good person. But you weren't right about one thing. I'll give you that. Since you started trying to ruin my life, I have changed. But you know what that change is you're seeing, Becky? Anger. I needed to get angry. And no one in my entire life has hurt me the way you hurt me. And it is so funny to me that by trying to hold me down, all you did was unlock the side of me that is capable of destroying you. Twice I have beat you blind, and that Money in the Bank, I am going to beat the crap out of you and ensure that you never get to poison what it means to be Intercontinental Women's Exactly. The only thing that opposes is your perspective. You say that I have hurt you more than anybody else. I believe you're speaking emotionally, even though
Okay, I gotta send someone to Hanzo real quick.
too. But emotionally, I don't believe that's true. You know what I think happened? I think you wanted an excuse to hate me. Give you any excuse to hate me because you want to replace me, but you can't do that. Nobody can. I didn't want to hurt you. I wanted to make you better. That's all changed now. And now I know the thing that's going to hurt you the most is what you're gonna have to wait. Wow. More big words. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is and let me talk with you? I don't want to fight. Oklahoma. See you in Los Angeles.
Fired up, confident, emotional time. He's not going to take that as he crosses now down the.
Oh boy.
Becky's fighting in Tulsa because she's getting her ass kicked by Lyra here. Intercontinental champion, the women's champion now, taking the Becky Lynch officials trying to separate these two. This is an emotional power tag heading into Saturday at Money in the Bank. Our Intercontinental champion, Lyra, got period. Becky's pushed all the buttons to push Lyra over the edge. Will it be Becky's advantage or Lyra's advantage? What's Saturday with the championship on the line? Lyra said she had to get edge to unlock a completely different side of herself. And it's going to be the side that's going to dominate Becky. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason that I'm wearing an Indiana Pacers jersey tonight. That's right, but Paul and I had him there. If the Pacers beat the Knicks, he'd have to wear a tank top. The Pacers did that, and that's because Pastor Siakam, Miles Turner, Coach Nick Carlisle, and Tyrese Halliburton made it happen. Run the footage, please, Evan. Well, that was actually the tying shot, but they did put the Knicks down in game one. Yeah, the Knicks are up 20. That was a comeback win. So Tyrese Halliburton pays his respect to Reggie Miller in front of Reggie Miller. Has the jokes on it now. Exclusive merchandise from Tyrese in this magical moment in Madison Square Garden where the brick bounces straight up. Jim Irsay grabs it. It puts it through the hoop. The Pacers are in the finals, and that shirt is awesome. Well, let's give some love to Jalen Brunson, the next my guy.
Oh, I mean, hey, you guys have been having some great questions tonight. Keep them coming, by the way. I've really enjoyed getting to answer them tonight. It feels like it's been a very fun stream. It's already 9:19. Like, I didn't even realize it was already 9 o'clock.
Los Angeles is my home zone. And the money in the bank is my destiny. Los Angeles es territorio de fiesta. Money in the bank será vivo. ¿Y saben por qué? Porque yo soy fiesta. El cero. Memphis ready for Money in the Bank.
All right, Sammy and Jay are going to do the crowd entrance together. Got any international women wrestlers? Who would you do? Oh, okay. If I could have any wrestlers speaking in a different language, any international women's wrestlers speaking in a different language with subtitles like what Ray does. Who would I do it with? Just going off my rosters. Oh, Sammy's got his own version of the J sunglasses. That's fucking great. But, okay, so to actually answer the question, I got sidetracked there. Let me see. Let me look at my rosters again. Lola Vice, I guess. Having her speak Spanish. My favorite tag team growing up. So I grew up in 2014 WWE. That's when I started watching. There weren't really many tag teams around then. I really liked Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, though. I think that has to be my answer. The Shield was my favorite faction. Harper and Rowan were my favorite tag team.
Michelle tank top every week. You look jacked, Cole. Oh, it's just because it's cool. Eating in a tank top. Eating in a jersey. Don't be going crazy. That's a wrong thing. It's coming. That's a little connection, Sammy and I.
Yeah, works in mysterious ways. Yeah, people will kind of see what I'm talking about here shortly when Adrian Nova gets put on the website. I'm very selective about the use of AI. You know, my whole opinion on AI and everything, it's such a weird thing to talk about. Yeah, adding those would be extra work. That's why I don't do it. That is 100% why I don't do it. Like, I don't mean to sound like a dick, because that's not the intention. The reason Ray is able to do that kind of stuff, and I'm not, is Ray is only doing the 2 episodes a week. So he has a bit more time on his hands to do all the stuff with it. Like all that kind of more fancy stuff to it, or the more niche ideas, stuff like that. Whereas I'm always usually producing like 3 to 5 episodes or videos a week because of the membership and Patreon stuff. Which there should theoretically be an indie show this week.
That's like the easy way, right? I don't think there's any easy way to eat. You're either eat or you're not eating. Want to know that also tonight for the world champ. Champ looks good. Champ's got a busy week coming up. We'll talk all about that in a few minutes.
But yeah, the big announcement on Saturday, Bayside Beatdown coming back. I have a question for me. How did the Bullet Building was just arena scene with fire effects? It was. I can tell you how he did it. It wasn't in the game. He had a. He took some stock photos of a building and added. Wait, let me look at the. Let me look at the explosion again, and I can tell you how he did it.
Ah, what a beautiful toy.
Yeah. Okay. He just took a picture of the building arena, which is just an arena of all the LED screens in the game with a building as the picture for them. And then he just cut to it a stock video of an explosion. That was it. What? No?
We shall not.
Ray.
It's a damn good time.
Ray, I appreciate it. I appreciate you trying to... I appreciate Ray trying to handle that comment for me, but that's not accurate.
Stadium, JETS, Jets, East Rutherford, New Jersey, on Saturday, August 2nd, Sunday, August 3rd, they're off till now via Ticketmaster. Yes, they are still eating tonight in Tulsa. Phantom and James to the world champ, teaming with Sami Zayn. High stakes tag team match. You saw, I mentioned the Midway Week tag match Saturday.
What was the Tongaloa botch on Raw? Oh, yeah, that one. I just saw the comment from Pierre being like, Botchaloa strikes again. I was like, what happened? I can't remember. They fucked up the Swanton. It's just him, Oos.
It's better than money. It's Cashapp. And speaking of money, Jey Uso is that.
Seemingly he won't ever die. You're correct. Oh, is Paul doing the ring introduction? Oh! This is interesting.
The gods of market and Tulsa for Braun Breaker.
The fade from Bronson's theme into the siren into Braun's. Pretty great. I do feel a little dick teased by the ladies and gentlemen and not actually getting a full Paul Heyman introduction, though. Oh, God, no, it's one of these themes where it just goes back and forth. I don't like this. Not another one of these. Oh, no. Not another fucking... Not another one of these.
Masterclass. There's so much to talk about in this match tonight. The first time ever these four men have met this tag team situation, although Braun has quite the history with both Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Braun won his first championship, the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam last year, knocking off Sami Zayn. Jey Uso with his first singles title, the Intercontinental title, by beating Breaker. Breaker would go on to regain it, Jay, a few weeks later on.
Damn you, Death Rebel!
This is a very big match for Breaker and Reed because they never teamed together. Will this team work? Fort Rollins, I'm sure, watching somewhere in the back. And, he's here. We saw him enter the building earlier tonight. Of course, Paul Heyman. So, quickly into the block. They all rowing in the same direction. Paul Heyman said. Talked a lot last week about the speed of Breaker. Breaker fired up. He just loved it.
Yes, that was the joke.
One of the things that Rollins talked about last week was absolute
he believes bringing in Breaker and Reed help him get to that. Becoming the world champ gives him that absolute power. And that's all the time.
Yes, that the Dingleberg was, yeah, that was what that was based on.
Stop this with 30 pounder, big Bronson Reed. And it's amazing to me that after everything that Bronson Reed did to Seth Rollins last year, with a half dozen sit-downs off the top rope, and Rollins was being turned around and bring this man a fool. I think what Seth Rollins realized is what he wants everybody else to realize. Bronson Reed is a destroyer. This is an important match for Reed as well as he delivers the elbow to Uso, because this is Bronson Reed's first match back since 4 games back in November when he came flying off the top of the cage and shattered both his ankles. And full rehab, full recovery, a lot of lonely nights, a lot of lonely days, wondering what the future looks like. I think Bronson probably loves it. I know he's in a group now, brother. He's going to have to figure that out. Oh, he's smart. He realizes he's being part of the group of games that Seth Rollins for his career. Jawbreaker from Jey Uso. That made him from standing out. Many days, I believe, had the Monday Night qualified match won last week. It wasn't to the man in the ring right now. Braun Breaker. Breaker on his ass. Big rights from Sami Zayn. He came out feeling loosey tonight. Not really tonight. Let us take care of these 2 minutes. We worry about winning money in the bank. Stop Seth Rollins. Breaker, that pop-up power slam. He's a beast. Talking about power, you talk about timing, talk about explosivity. Braun Breaker's got it all. That's why he's the future. Everything about it.
What match with real life WWE events are you looking forward to the most? Gable versus Vikingo, and probably the women's ladder match. Gable and Vikingo are gonna cook. Oh.
Before that this is a fraud, the flying off the top of the organ structure, shattered both his ankles. So this is a total test. Really here tonight. Recovering rehabilitation. So much after him get back in the ring. Obviously, he did a lot of hard work to get here, but now he's aligned alongside the future Braun Breaker.
Oh man, it's been a very talkative night for me, both on stream and behind the scenes, I'll admit.
Championship next week in Phoenix live here on Raw. He said it. He said, Jay, you're wearing yourself thin. Tag match tonight, of course, he had the Saturday night main event. Defense against Logan Paul. Saturday, he's got.
Next for Oba and first challenger for JC. It seems that the LFG guy is next for Oba. As for who's next for JC,
Takes to be an icon. Yeah, but watch Jay in this match on Saturday. I mean, I understand him and Cody are buddies. They've long known each other. Jay wants to prove he's a better champion, that he's a fighting champion, that he doesn't take these shortcuts like John Cena does. He needs to save wrestling from John Cena. John Cena says he's going to destroy wrestling, allowing YouTubers like Logan Paul to take over. So there is a lot at stake Saturday. Those are all the reasons that Jay Uso feels obligated to wrestle on Saturday. That's tag team match. Jay with a tornado DDT. And Sammy now with an opening. Can he make a tag? The man about Jay Uso. That's a Reed start. Tornado DDT from Sammy Zayn. Jay patiently waiting in front of the Breaker. Here comes the world champion, and Jey Uso looking to pick up the pace. Main event, Jey Uso.
guarantee you, Beltner is watching this match very carefully tonight. A week away from a chance to regain his title. Remember, it was this man who
But yeah, as for JC, I'm thinking on it.
championship. Say, Jey Uso is getting better.
Oh man, I gotta start fixing up the website a little bit.
It's throwing our world champion up in the sky like he's a pizza pie. Now the dogs are barking. And our champ is down. And breaker now at 23 miles per hour speed.
Robofemi, Jasper Troy versus Jansen Tatum, but she's heel again, so I'd say Zarya. No, I don't think it'll be Zarya. Seeing as she's doing the stuff with Soul. Let me look at the roster. Could be Lola. That could be next. In fact, I think Lola going after and trying to avenge Stephanie would make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think I'm going to lock in final answer that it'll be, this is weird. This is fucking weird to look at. Trick Williams has the TNA Championship in his render on WWE.com now. That's weird to look at.
Catching Sami Zayn, man about Jey Uso, so far, everybody's down.
Oh, there's Seth. And DQ finish.
Right after the World Champ, that'll be his target. Now Sami Zayn runs into a headbutt by Big Cross and Reed. Rollins going to block the orders against two, saying take them out, take care of them. Sami Zayn now. On the announce table. Oh no! Are you kidding me? No way in the hell man! Get down! Get down!
Oh, there's Phil. Oh, Phil. Hello, Phil.
Told Sami earlier tonight, I have your back. In this situation with Rollins and his new running buddy. I mean, I have no idea how this fight ends. It's that would have been total and utter destruction. No way he's going to beat every time. We've got him right where we want him. Trust me. First advice by Rollins because Punk's in that triple threat later tonight to try to qualify for the Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Punk better hope Sami and Jey Uso have his back later on.
Try and get some big website stuff fixed tonight. Start having the initial roster for the TNA reboot put together.
nice shoulder rolls and wearing watches. I've seen it.
Where's all this coming from? Look, Roxanne, she's just had a that's it.
Oh, so I'm not happy.
Congratulations, great tricks on all of us. I think frustrated. You're frustrated because things didn't go your way last week or this week. But look, Roxanne, she got me and JD back on track for the tag team. And the magic is Roxanne wins the money back. Then she goes on to win the Women's World title and bring it home to the club. Right?
Yeah. Seems like don't you?
There's no plan. There's no plan. I get it. Roxanne, she came on the bill. It's not
dominant.
Oh man, more Judgment Day tension. Seemingly it's every summer.
When you make a plan, why don't we send Roxanne out there to be our house phone every night? That'd be a great idea.
How about this? How about you want Roxanne around? You could wait. I'll be your boss for outside and just go. Okay? Okay. Great. Good, sir. I get it.
Also, I wanted to apologize to you for last week. Chairs down. So, water under the bridge.
They're always in disarray. Always combined with good selling. Seems to be selling the same thing for the last couple of years, I guess.
Kairi Sane back in action. You love to see it.
Kairi Sane set for action against Raquel Rodriguez live on Netflix.
It's Kairi versus Raquel. I think that was pretty straightforward.
Again, I want to get back to this Nick situation. Do you think he's actually trying to help the group, or do you think he's got this issue with Liv coming across sometimes being the leader of the whole thing? I mean, there's always going to be a conversation about who's leading Judgment Day. That's been happening since Mommy and Baby and Priest left the group. Roxanne Perez paid dividends earlier today. Yeah. For Finn and JT McDonough. Roxanne's a prodigy. Well, Finn sees some talent, and maybe the rest of the group doesn't want any addition. Well, Finn offered Roxanne to come out here and be in Raquel's corner. Liv said, nope, I will handle it on our end. I thought the funniest part of that entire conversation was the fact that Finn Balor said that Liv can trust Dominic. Dominic really doesn't have a great track record when it comes to girlfriends. He was getting shoulder pads. He was eating some beans. Didn't that all start with Liv when Dom was with Rhea? We've seen this on the dance floor. You know what they say, once a fumbler, always a fumbler. Kairi Sane now, we're going to climb back to the top of the women's division. Of course, one of her best friends, Io Sky, the current women's world champion. What are you holding? Kairi Sane tossed some booty out to the ground. I grabbed some Irish treasures. Yes. I got one too. I wonder what this is worth. Now that your cup's been with pastry fuzzy on, at least zero.
That's so causing Punk. Oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be an El Grande win tonight. It's gonna be an amazing weekend for Chad Gable, is what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna be an amazing weekend for him. I think there's a strong chance he wins the mega title.
That's a man in a costume. Never know. Anyway, Raquel Rodriguez went out the tag champs, of course, with Liv Morgan. Raquel, a 5-time tag team champion, set to go one-on-one with the woman who beat Liv last week, Kairi Sane. It's Pirates strength.
Hey guys, experience the nonstop excitement in Atlanta.
It's gonna be an amazing weekend for Chad, indeed. Yeah.
WWE. Unrivaled access, unmatched service, and unforgettable experiences. Find your package at onlocationexp.com/WWE. Find your Kyrie Sane, who knocked off Liv Morgan last week, taking on Liv Morgan's tag team partner Raquel Rodriguez here tonight. First time ever these two go one-on-one. That was live on Netflix. Liv Morgan told us to remind the world that they're the greatest women's tag team of all time. Well, they probably are. 4-time tag team champions together. Raquel with a fifth as well.
If Gable wins the AAA Mega Championship and Americana wins the briefcase, wouldn't it just be the best? One of those couldn't happen to a better guy kind of things. Oh, oh, Pierre, that's so mean. So it was Carlito's PS5, yeah. Oh, that just makes me sad, man. That just makes me sad. Carlito. Gonna miss you, bud. And, like, it's the fact there's just no acknowledgement of him being gone, either.
With a cheap shot like Kyrie Sane out here. Obviously, still frustrated from the loss last week to Kyrie Sane and the loss earlier today. No, the way to the cover. Look at the leg on Kyrie. It's gonna be a numbers game.
Gable wins the... Yeah. I just read that. I just read that. I'm doing great. I'm definitely not exhausted. Mean, yes. Doesn't mean it wasn't accurate. That's true. It's true.
Haven't seen him gone in a long time. Cover now by Raquel. Look at the leg. He's just been back in the clubhouse. I don't know since he came to the Continental Championship, maybe never seen anybody, but I'm certain that we miss him. Maybe that's what we need to tell him we miss him out here. So shit up to the judgment day in front of him. Kyrie. Puts on the Raquel. Weakness for Kyrie. This is what she wants to do against Raquel Rodriguez. Now Rodriguez tossing Sane to the
We want truth chants again.
Morgan, love what she sees here. Ringside. Eddie Rango has his hands full of this match. Raquel, obviously, ready to yell at him at any point. Liv will get involved anytime she feels necessary. Kyrie's got to figure out a way to get past both. Yeah. Kyrie saying,
The truth will set them free. Yep. Rehire our truth chants.
An opportunity now for Kyrie Sane to get back in this match. Raquel Rodriguez caught Kyrie Sane with one hand, basically. Powered up into a suplex. I think she lost her other feet, and Kyrie was able to reverse. A critical point of this match. Liv Morgan trying to cheer on her partner Raquel. Kyrie trying to fight back in this as well. Liv's got to be a little freaked out. I'm sure about Kyrie. I want to go toe-to-toe with Raquel Rodriguez.
The people want truth.
Here comes Kyrie. Insane. That's talk with those ducks underneath. Kyrie Sane now. Oh, nice move. Takes Raquel out of the knee. bigger opponent down. Kick right to the back of the neck.
Hey, Raquel used her balance there perfectly. Kyrie saying, game plan working exactly how it's intended. Dropping down Raquel Rodriguez.
And Kyrie, relentless in his attack here tonight. Very intense. Kyrie saying.
Saying asking Carlson to get behind and lay hard.
Kyrie stops the momentum in the corner. Come back with a drop kick to Raquel. Oh, nice blockbuster by Sang.
Oh man. I feel like Roxanne's gonna show up in this match at some point.
Kyrie saying, who's comfortable in the sky.
Oh, there's Liv. Oh, here's Io. Hey, Kyrie with the dub. You love to see it. Bring him back, damn it. Is it a... Will it change anything in TKO's? Yeah, probably not, unfortunately. Oh, the pop for truth.
Hey, what the hell's your problem, huh? No, what's your problem with me? What is your problem with me? Why are you hovering over me for the last couple of months? What is your obsession with me, huh? Because I think you're a liar. That's my problem with you. That's why. I think you lie to them. I think you lie to the people at home. And worst of all, I think you lie to yourself. You could have been a world champion 10 times over. If you did, you really had to. Because I know you're capable of doing very terrible things. Sandy, you're not a good guy. You're a bad guy. Just like the rest of us. You know what, Sammy? I might be wrong. But I might be right too.
Finally, some more depth to Cross. Now let's get him in some matches, please.
AJ Styles, our main event's next. Who's gonna qualify?
All right, triple threat. The main event's coming up next.
Throughout my entire career, even back when I started in Japan, I had one goal. It's not to be the best. Everyone says
I think my goal tonight.
my goal is to be indisputable.
I think the goal tonight is that I'm gonna go through and get all of, or at least I'm gonna try.
Possible to deny. My opponent doesn't matter.
I'm gonna try to get the LAW roster finished off tonight, as in like get everyone taken off of it and get that page gone from the website. I don't think I'm going to be able to tonight. Again, surprised this is how we're getting our first Punk Styles interaction. Yeah, admittedly, I'm the same way.
And hope for everything, just like I've always done. The question isn't who's going to let me. It's who's gonna stop me.
G with Roxanne Perez. Roxanne, I think everyone is curious about this developing alliance between yourself and the Judgment Day. You were integral in the win earlier tonight of Finn Balor and JD McDonough against the War Raiders. Kathy, come on. We all know the Judgment Day always had that match won. All I did earlier was provide JD and Finn with a little assist. Look, Finn knew exactly what he was doing when he asked me to help the Judgment Day. He knows that at only 23 years old, I'm already one of the most dangerous competitors.
Alright, see, this is the unfortunate, not unfortunate part of the night where I'm going through the roster members of LAW and just getting rid of the people that aren't coming back. That way I know who I need to get new renders for. I'm surprised this is the first time AJ Styles and CM Punk are meeting.
Roxanne Perez, who's already making waves within the Judgment Day. Roxanne has everything it takes to be at the top of this industry. She might just do that. Hey, we're in Tulsa, Oklahoma tonight. This is the BOK Center main event upcoming. Triple threat match to determine who qualifies for the men's side of things. And Money in the Bank. Attention to Saturday. It'll happen at 3 Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, inside the Kia Forum, live on the WWE YouTube channel. It is Worlds Collide tag team match. Khalees and Chick Tormenta take on Stephanie Faker, the newest signing of Monday Night.
I'm excited to be kind of introduced to all of these new names this weekend.
These gentlemen, Psycho Clown, Pagano, and El Dr. Wagner Jr. Tag team action at Worlds Collide. NXT North American Championship fatal four-way match. Laredo Kid. It'll be so much fun to watch him in action as he takes on Ray Phoenix, Devon Evans, and Ethan Page for Page's North American Championship. The LWO at Worlds Collide to take on the team of Mr. Iguana, one of my favorites. Aerostar and also Octagon Jr. Yeah, Mr. Iguana's a problem.
Oh, another tag match has been added with LWO. Nice.
El Del Tito, the AAA Mega Champion, will take on Chad Gable at Worlds Collide. Gable's an opportunity to work twice on Saturday. That's not true. Because then we get over across the parking lot, over the Instrument Dome, and of course, Money tonight. This is underway at 7 Eastern, 4 on the West Coast. Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso team up to take on the WWE Champion John Cena and Logan Paul. And this one, Pat, has gotten extremely personal. Absolutely. Protege taking on a mentor. There's a lot of hate. Becky Lynch, Lyra Valkyria for the women's Intercontinental title at Money in the Bank. And the field is set for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. 3 superstars from Monday Night Raw, 3 from SmackDown. An opportunity to win a contract that will grant them a world championship match whenever they want it. Now, the men's side of things this coming Saturday, 5 spots have been filled. 3 men from SmackDown, 2 from Raw, Rollins and Penta. 1 will join them. Our main event is moments away here, live on Monday Night Raw. Pat and I, along with Wade Barrett, will be at ringside for Money in the Bank this coming Saturday. Thanks for all the help in that.
Oh God, Pat's gonna be at Money in the Bank.
I've been a AAA fan for a long time. NXT mixing in, it's going to be electrifying. 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, once a week, because a week from tonight, Phoenix, Arizona, Monday Night Raw, live on Netflix. Jey Uso defends the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. Oh. Gunther, who now looks to put his away for the it certainly was golden. Unimaginable came true. Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Champion. This position is not natural to you because unlike me, you are not a natural champion. Great champion, Jey, doesn't mean to sort out everybody else's.
Oh man. I will say, it's kind of weird to think about this. I'm getting the TNA. Like, a lot of the people from LAW are going to TNA, as we know. The really weird thing about this, though, is that even though everyone knows I am not a tag team guy, TNA is going to be a very tag team heavy brand. Quite honestly, I think the best way to put it is TNA is going to be very faction heavy. There are a lot of tag teams and factions with TNA this season coming up. I'm also just happy that TNA is coming back. I think it going on its hiatus was good for me, good for my mental health to take that break from it, but
Okay. World Heavyweight Championship. Personal. So I appreciate all the efforts put into being a champ. I can see you really try. Because your roots think with your head instead of your heart. That's why I'm gonna take it. You're a great guy, Jim. You're selfless and very selfish business. So I mean, you need to know that. What's the results? 1 week out. Another 100%. I'm very sure Punk gets in trouble tonight. You'll be there for it. In 2 days, because one world championship against me. That's up to matches and the next 9 events. Because it's important to Tony. Everybody knows the campaigns. And they give credit to them. All of that is no business of the world heavyweight champion.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Since the finals to
There we go. Been trying to get that one out all night.
see you next week, G.
Well, Pat Gumper makes a lot of good points there. In fact, Jay is teaming with Cody Rhodes this Saturday at Money in the Bank in Los Angeles.
against John Cena and Logan Paul. And of course, the big title defense a week from tonight. And that's time.
I don't think Jay's dropped the title next week. No, probably not.
AJ Styles an opportunity to get to Los Angeles. Punk in a birthday Americano. Standing in his way live on Netflix. AJ Styles looking to qualify for what would be his third Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Two-time WWE champion. No secret that AJ would love to get back his world title. This is easy.
Oh, man.
AJ Styles is still phenomenal, maybe more so than ever before. Each time you see AJ Styles, you immediately think to yourself, oh, that guy has world champion pedigree. Why not AJ Styles going to Money in the Bank? Again, Saturday starts off with two on the West Coast, three on the East Coast for Worlds Collide, and then 7 East, 4 West for Money in the Bank. That's on Peacock. Worlds Collide will be on the WWE YouTube channel. Netflix, of course, international to Money in the Bank. I don't want none. No, they don't. On in the morning, AJ Styles earlier tonight. Don't resist the fact that Rollins is going to win Money in the Bank. Also, happy birthday, AJ.
Oh, yeah, it's AJ Styles' birthday. Happy birthday, AJ Styles.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
The next season's gonna be off the chain. It really is. You don't know the half of it.
So again, the win tonight was. I can't stress that sign is accurate. What? Now, Grande Americano is second sign, not Jack Gable. That's two people that know more than you in this arena. Again, listen, it is Gable. I don't know why you guys continue to believe this fart. If Grande wins tonight, it means
Fuck the what chance Lyra was killing with her promos during this Becky feud. She really was.
Mega Championship Worlds Collide, and then later on he'd be involved in this Money in the Bank ladder match. Jack Gable's in Worlds Collide. El Grande Americano could be in Money in the Bank if he wins this match. He really cannot be that ridiculous. I'm just sick of you making up absolute lies about two men that are living two separate lives that just so happen to be fans of each other. Jack Gable and El Grande Americano. It's like John Cooper is John Mellencamp. They're the same people, Pat. Yeah, I don't like either of them.
Weird hearing the name John Mellencamp. I don't know who that is before someone in the chat goes, who? I don't know. Some singer. But the only thing I know about John Mellencamp is from the Family Guy episode where they're trying to write a horror movie and they go to like this old abandoned place to do it, and they end up accidentally attacking and killing someone. And later in the episode, Lois just starts saying, like, you and the guys killed someone last night? And Peter's like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, I'm just singing along to this old John Mellencamp song, Peter. And then Peter listens, and it's like, the song is actually about them, and it's like singing about Peter, Cleveland, Quagmire, and Joe later in the episode. And this all ties back around to Xanadu with the Patrick Warburton voice. They're all talking about like their alibis, and Joe, voice by Patrick Warburton, goes, "Yeah, but there's this old John Mellencamp song you guys aren't gonna fucking believe." So just hearing the name John Mellencamp, I just hear Patrick Warburton in my head go, "There's this old John Mellencamp song you're not gonna fucking believe."
Triple threat match to determine the final spot of the men's qualifying. In the men's money in the back matchup, it's the qualifying match. Get thrown off by the capacity crowd singing CM Punk song here tonight. Nonetheless, one of these men will join LA Knight, Pinder, Rollins, Solo Sikoa, and Andrade. And the men's money in the bank contract ladder match is coming Saturday. Triple threat rules, no count out, no disqualification. First man to get a pinfall or submission will win this match. Gotta pick out Grande Americano as the. Well, you know what referee Sean Bennett's doing here at the request of both Punk and AJ Styles.
Oh, AJ and Punk both deciding to tell the ref to check for the metal plate.
He better be checking everybody. Well, and again, there's no disqualification. We get that, but smart move by Punk and AJ to make sure that Grande doesn't have.
Oh, they're teaming up. AJ and Punk teaming up.
Seems a little targeted there by CM Punk, AJ Styles, and ref. I don't want to get into that too much, but Grande Americano is certainly up against it. Grande Americano, of course, has never been in a Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Did you hear what CM Punk said? He said, "Come on, champ." Yeah, of course. He believes the same thing you do, and I don't think a lot of people are on the same page as you guys. I think a lot of people believe that. CM Punk, AJ Styles just being a little bit of luck to each other. Let's do this, boys. Two goats. CM Punk looking to qualify for the fourth Money in the Bank contract ladder match in his career, the first in 11 years. Remember, he went back-to-back, only man to do it 2008, 2009. Punk won back-to-back Money in the Bank contract ladder match. Now it's CM Punk, but he lost in two. That was a big-time drop kick there by AJ Styles. Grande Americano. I don't know why Chad doesn't wrestle as him all the time. It's not Chad Gable, that's up Grande Americano. He won at WrestleMania. It was knocked off Ray Phoenix. Look at this. AJ across the ring. Grande Americano's got moves we've never seen.
And I will tell you guys, when the TNA roster goes live, there are some people on it that are gonna end up getting cut before TNA starts, and there are people that aren't on it that are gonna end up being there after. Like, just to go ahead and give you guys that heads up.
Special guest on Raw Recap with Sam and Megan. Oh, goodness, AJ. Right off the post. Comes out of the ring by CM Punk. When Punk came out, started the show tonight, said how important this is to him, an opportunity to win another world championship. Sami Zayn expressed to Punk that.
Because ultimately, there's going to end up being a case where I don't have anything for someone, or like I end up not having something for someone, or Punk trying to unmask Americano, or I suddenly have an idea for someone, or I think someone will fit a roster better somewhere else, or it's a surprise that they're going to be in TNA, etc., etc. And currently, the way I'm thinking TNA is going to work when it starts is mainly we're going to come out swinging first weekend of season 7. So, second week of July, July 12th, we'll come out swinging with TNA Emergence, which will be where all the champions get crowned. So, like, all the champions get crowned in Emergence. And in the coming weeks, we'll do indie shows that help fill out some of the card.
That's how Grande Americano football. That's ball, baby. It's classic El Grande Americano. Isolating Punk Styles is trying to negate himself out here. I admit that Gyllenhaal is very impressive here tonight. Once again, that is El Grande Americano in the ring right now. I apologize. We're carried away. Now AJ knocked down again. Ace. Interesting that Chad came out not in a short sleeve shirt tonight. It would have been interesting to see if he would have had his right arm wrapped in a dragon screw by El Grande. He was wearing an El Grande Americano Uno shirt because he is a big fan of El Grande Americano. And to be clear, I am as well. Sorry. Again, just trying to pick the fucking part of
Let's see. Anyone else that I have renders ready for from LAW? Because a lot of the people who are the custom wrestlers that have the essentially the generated render, they I'm gonna have to regenerate some of their renders.
Talking about El Grande Americano until about 3 or 4 months ago. And how much better is life now that we know? Well, there's a Wikipedia page. Now I know that. I'm not sure how much of that is true. A lot of stuff on the internet. Not exactly. Thanks for that. Yeah. Just a heads up. With that being said, El Grande Americano is the truth, brother. Main event tonight. It's about the final man to qualify for Saturday's Money in the Bank contract ladder match. AJ Styles getting back into the fight. El Grande Americano has been dominating this match so far with Punk involved as well. He's been taking out both Matt and El Grande Americano.
Currently, it's either Seth or LA for the men's briefcase for you. Man, I want it to be LA. I do. I want to believe that LA Knight can do it.
The opportunity to join LA Knight.
I want to believe, but I just have a bad feeling. I just have this singing feeling it's going to be Seth.
Now hobbling on one leg, but still effective with a running knee. Vintage across to the other side. Grande takes out Punk, AJ Styles. Really Punk running there. Canabu to send Styles across the ring. Grande Americano coming out. Breaking things up as Punk in this triple threat match. Gable has never held the singles championship in WWE with the Money in the Bank and an opportunity to do just that. Grande Americano's ability to adapt. He's Chad Gable. That's what they're saying. Now he's done. And Grande from the top rope cross body. Mostly by Punk. Punk over the power. And he did. And having a bad leg, but he's able to balance on it.
Oh boy, GTS. Nope. It does really feel like LA's last shot. This is the last year they could do it. More we want truth chants.
Looking for the Styles clash. Picking the ankle. That looks like Chad Gable. Chad Gable into the ankle lock. I think they've got the ankle lock in the history of the WWE. And Grande Americano. Sending it. El Grande into Punk. Punk looks to deliver. They're going to sleep, but he's caught. Intercepted by Americano. Ankle lock now on Punk. It's Punk going to tap out. Goes through Americano. Caught by Styles. Styles now in position. Styles clash. AJ Styles. Back in Los Angeles. CM Punk breaking things up. What a match. Styles clash. So close, Pat. So close. CM Punk was down. That could have been it. So damn difficult.
One can make the argument instead of Drew last year, it should have been Knight, much like in 2023 Priest, even though Priest's cash-in was awesome. Yeah. Hindsight, I liked Priest. Last year, it was a waste with Drew. And I like Drew. But him winning the briefcase just to fail the cash-in was a waste.
AJ managing to get his shoulders up, and then a Grande Americano into the cover, kick out by Styles. AJ Styles levitated his body up to kick out, and when he did return, now Grande Americano with a moonsault. Game over that moonsault, misses. Look now. Go to sleep, Cox. Penny cover. Look into the cover.
Yeah, there's Braun. And there are Sammy and Jay.
AJ Styles was going for the phenomenal forearm and Bronson Reed backed into it and took him out. Hyperextended his knee there. AJ Styles. Now his attention is turned. And now Styles top rope taking everybody out. Everybody's down. Remember, no disqualifications, no countouts. Look out. AJ Styles now up to the apron now. Styles measuring his man. Styles into a phenomenal forearm.
There's the metal plate headbutt. Americano wins it.
Chad Gable's working double duty. Chad Gable's and Worlds collide, and now Grande Americano is in Money in the Bank. What a win! Now Grande Americano knocks off Punk and Styles after Reed and Draper and Uso and Sammy all got involved, and the field is now set for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match come Saturday. Grande Americano. Meanwhile, Punk's irate. Punk now taking out his frustrations.
Oh, Phil. Oh, you're so angry, Phil. Now there's Seth.
Rollins won't forget what Punk did to him last week. Punk fighting back. CM Punk thinking of a GTS.
And the spirit of Punk. Oh, and there's Sammy.
Unleash our two rabid dogs. And Rollins with a stomp to Sam. With those steel-toed boots. Seth freaking Rollins stomped the Punk. Jey Uso back into the fight. But the number's too much for Jey. Breaker with a spear. Anyway, Jey's back, thinking, and now a stomp to Jey Uso.
Good Lord. Seth's just stomping everyone.
We've seen this before. A Gunther, Jey Uso should have left it at Gunther. Gunther won it. The Spaniard still out. He's got a tag team match on Saturday. Gunther next Monday. Solo.
Stomping spree. Oh.
Who's going to be able to stop Seth Rollins? That money in the bank. Who's going to be able to stop his march to the world title? And for Jey Uso, things are looking bleak heading into his title match Monday against Gunther.
All right, that's Raw. All right, I'm going to wrap up here in just a second. Yep, so ends the Raw before Money in the Bank. I'm playing with something here for just a second, and then I'm gonna wrap up. It was a pretty fun Raw. I enjoyed it. Yeah, men's lineup is set. All right, cool. I will set the TNA page to go live, so you guys can go ahead and get an early preview of TNA. And yeah, TNA will be up on the website tonight, and go have fun checking it out. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. Maybe. Depends on what's advertised tomorrow. Before I was like, oh, well, there's the TNA World Title match. Trick's not losing, though. It's going to be a good match. I might take tomorrow off. We'll see. We'll see.